Good evening and welcome to the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, a program that puts a searchlight on the agricultural sector in Nigeria and the efforts of government and other stakeholders to develop the sector. I am your host, Gabriel Ojile. Agricultural extension plays a significant role in technology transfer, adaptation, and increasing agricultural productivity. Tonight's episode of the program focuses on an overview of the National Agricultural Extension Research Liaison Services as we examine its mandate and how it is carried out across the country in order to enhance the productivity of farmers. But before then, we bring you the news from the diary of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Keep watching. From the north to the south of Nigeria lies over 70 million hectares of arable agricultural land. A country teeming with agricultural potentials, where crops like rice, maize, wheat, sorghum, cassava, yams, fruits, and vegetables thrive. Vast opportunities abound in cash crop production like oil palm, cocoa, cashew, rubber along the value chain and a temperate weather for healthy livestock rearing. Invest today in production, processing, and marketing of agricultural produce. Invest for wealth creation, job opportunities, and upliftment of livelihoods. Agriculture in Nigeria, where return on investment is guaranteed. Transforming agriculture in Nigeria begins with a news segment. In our diary, Agri Minister flags off input distribution to boost agricultural production in Nasarawa State. And Federal Minister of Agriculture reviews NAG's AP project, Herbs on Food Security. Details of these and more shortly after this break.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, has been elected chairperson of the Governing Council of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD. This follows his previous service as vice chairperson of the Governing Council, which is IFAD's apex decision-making body. Senator Kyari emerged chairperson at the 49th session of IFAD's Governing Council meeting held in Rome, Italy.
It is an honor and privilege to take up the role of the chairperson of the Governing Council of IFAD, and I thank all those who have made this possible. Allow me to also congratulate my colleagues on the Bureau, the governors of Grand Duchy of Luxembourg and for Cameroon. I look forward to working together with them in conducting this session of the Council.
While accepting his election as the chairperson of the governing board of IFAD, the minister pledged to discharge his mandate with fairness, inclusiveness, and strategic foresight, while fostering consensus and upholding integrity and credibility of IFAD. Senator Kyari noted that his election has strengthened Nigeria's global standing under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whose renewed hope agenda has prioritized food security and agricultural transformation, as well as strengthening domestic reforms with positive effects on Nigeria's food security governance. The International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, is a specialized agency for the United Nations and an international financial institution dedicated to eradicating rural poverty and strengthening food systems through targeted investments and global partnerships. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, has launched the distribution of agricultural inputs and processing equipment to beneficiaries of the Value Chain Development Program VCDP in Nasarawa State. This initiative was undertaken by the minister alongside the governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, during the minister's recent visit to the state. Addressing a gathering of stakeholders, Kyari expressed delight with Nasarawa State government for the collaboration. He added that the intervention will enhance agricultural productivity, optimize processing, minimize losses, and improve produce quality by empowering key stakeholders in the rice and cassava value chains with the cutting-edge technology.
And this program that we see here is one of those visions of Mr. President in trying to alleviate the sufferings of the people and also for the farmers. But at least we were able to get prices of food stabilized. But I know farmers are complaining of inputs, and we'll also do the same for inputs, just like we did for the prices of food. We're going to bring down the inputs. It's going to be a deliberate effort. I'm sure the state governments are going to participate in that as well. And this is one of the areas, because you can see the inputs here and they're up for distribution.
My dear brother, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security.
In his remarks, Nasarawa State Governor Engineer Abdullahi Sule expressed sincere appreciation to the minister and President Tinubu for their support, acknowledging the measurable progress being achieved not only within the ministry, but in the area of food security.
We decided actually to support the VCDP for the fact that they are looking at the aspect of value chain. You know, in agriculture, because of the post-harvest wastages, it is very, very important to look at the complete value chain. And I think that is exactly what we are trying to practice today.
Inputs distributed included agrochemicals, improved seeds, fertilizers, processing equipment, amongst others. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, in collaboration with the Bank of Agriculture, organized a two-day stakeholders review to assess progress, identify challenges, and develop a new implementation framework of the National Agricultural Growth Scheme and Agro Pocket to enhance food security in Nigeria. The event, which held in Orozo, Nasarawa State, drew a diverse group of stakeholders from the government and private sector across the country.
Permit me to express my profound gratitude.
In his remarks, the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Aliu Sabi Abdullahi, expressed gratitude to the stakeholders and outlined the purpose of the gathering.
I am pleased to inform you that the NASAP project, in addition to implementing one of the AFDB-funded policy-based operations, PBO projects, is making all necessary arrangements to commence the implementation of the Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA project and the National Agricultural Growth Scheme 2.0, that is the second phase programs. The JICA loan project will focus on rice, maize, soybean, and cassava production, while NACS 2.0 will cover wheat and rice production starting from the 2026 wet season, which is just around the corner.
Secretary is here.
While speaking at the workshop, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Marcus Olaniyi Ogumbiyi, who was represented by the Director of Planning and Policy Coordination, Ibrahim Tanimu, described the event as a forum where like-minded individuals come together to support the program.
The project assigned supporting farmers with critical farm inputs for the production of priority crops will also institutionalize support for better performances and sustainability, particularly in areas of stable food production. The support will also include deployment of agricultural extension agents to guide and provide agricultural advisory services to farmers for maximum productivities and greater performances.
Earlier, the National Project Coordinator of the Agro Pocket Scheme, Mr. Ishaku Adobuba, said the project supports farmers with critical farm inputs for the production of the priority crops, as well as deploy agricultural extension agents to guide farmers for maximum benefits.
These 2 days fora are being organized to present you a new concept, ideas, and innovation for possible adoption following alignment made between NACS project and the Bank of Agriculture as directed by Mr. President.
In attendance at the workshop were representatives drawn from the Federal Ministry of Finance, Environment, Water Resources, Livestock Development, Security Agencies, Bank of Agriculture, All Farmers Association of Nigeria, African Development Bank, JICA, RIFAN, amongst others. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, in partnership with Kickstart International Limited, has trained farmers in Dogaroda Kai, Nasarawa State on innovative irrigation technology to enhance irrigation farming. The farmers were introduced to a simple yet effective irrigation facility which operates manually without the need for fuel.
On behalf of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security.
Earlier in his opening remarks, the Director of the Department of Agricultural Extension Services, Ayodele Olawumi, stated that the initiative is a clear and practical demonstration of the federal government's unwavering commitment to empower farmers, strengthening Nigeria's food systems, and advancing renewed hope agenda in agriculture and food security.
Water remains the lifeblood of agriculture. With the adoption of simple irrigation facilities, farmers are better positioned to extend their farming activities beyond the rainy season, diversify crop production, increase yield, improve household income and food availability, and contribute meaningfully to the national goal of food self-sufficiency under the Renew Hope agenda.
In his remarks, Abel Gideon, representative of Nasarawa Agricultural Development Program, expressed gratitude to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security for dedicating time to organize the training, stating its potential benefits for the local farmers.
I call on our farmers, let's take this opportunity very serious so that we utilize it, so that we will benefit it, even our life will be improved. In fact, there are the training, we reduce some of our costs of what we are doing to bring some ease and the cost. When you are doing a business, you have to look at the cost of what you are doing. So it's not something that we will joke with it.
Speaking on behalf of beneficiaries, one of the local farmers conveyed sincere appreciation to the ministry for the support and training extended to local farmers, enabling them to effectively utilize the irrigation facility.
We used to fuel it before we pump with it in our farms. But with this one, I think it's very easy and it's so cheap because we are not using any fuel, we are not using gas, we are not using solar. You can use it manually with your hands or with your legs. I think this thing is very, very nice.
The program is transforming agriculture in Nigeria. Due to the importance of agricultural extension, the federal government established the National Agricultural Extension Research Liaison Service, NAERLS. But what is the mandate of NAERLS, and how does it carry out this mandate across the country? Answer to this will be our focus in our next segment, Records of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Please stay tuned.
This is the National Agricultural Extension Research Liaison Services, NARLS, located at the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. NARLS is one of the 18 national agricultural research institutes under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. It has the mandate to develop, collate, evaluate, and disseminate proven agricultural innovations and to research on extension methodologies and policy, as well as building the capacity of stakeholders to meet national agricultural needs. The National Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services evolved from the Research Liaison Section in 1963 to become the Extension and Research Liaison Sections in 1968. In 1975, it was renamed the Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services. The Deputy Director of the Institute, Muhammad Musa Jalia, takes us through how it became a national institute.
In 1975, the Statute 19 of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, has given the that section that is under IR in Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, to be called, that just the name changed. They added also agricultural. Before it was just extension and research liaison section. But A was added in 1975. This is just transformation of the name before we reach how it is being called now. So A was added, so it is now in 1975, it was called Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services in 1975. So it remained like that up to 1987. That was when the national mandate was accorded to it. So in 1987, National was added to the name, and now then it became National Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services.
The National Agricultural Extension Research Liaison Services has different research programs contributing towards achieving the mandate of the Institute. The research programs include Agricultural Extension Program, E-Extension Program, Agricultural Economics Program, Agricultural Media Program, Agricultural Engineering and Irrigation Program, Crop and Forestry Program, Food Technology and Home Economics Program, Livestock and Fisheries Program. Research, planning, monitoring, and evaluation are key components for the success of any organization or project. The Institute also has vibrant offices responsible for planning and coordination of the annual Agricultural Performance Survey, as well as other activities towards achieving the mandate of the Institute.
My desk takes care of all our research work in the Institute. The kind of research that we do applied research in the Institute. We do research into extension methodologies. We do research into diagnostic research to discover what is issues that pertains to agricultural extension and agriculture generally. We follow the trend of the policy of government. We review the policy. We review and also give feedback to government in terms of the policy that the government is running. So my office is in charge of all this kind of research, and I also look at planning the activities in the Institute. We keep, that is, the data that we use or demanded by the public is on my desk to keep those data, to generate the data, and then to disseminate the data.
The Agricultural Extension Program of the NERLS has the responsibility to conduct research into extension methods, research adoption, farmers' adoption process, among others.
All in all, these programs is aimed or a focus on the achievement of the main mandate of the research of this research institute, which among other is agri-performance survey, conducting research on extension methodology, and training on both field extension agent and all stakeholders in agricultural production.
The Crop and Forestry Program of the Institute focuses on simplifying research breakthroughs and innovations for farmers on the various crops and forestry resources.
We conduct extension research in agricultural commodities. Most especially what we do is that we identify proven technologies of crop commodities and forest resources, then investigate the technologies. We always would like to be confident that the technology as is presented is actually the same way it's supposed to be before we now channel it to farmers.
The Agricultural Economics Program of NERLS is charged with the responsibility of researching into the demand and supply of agricultural commodities to keep the farmers and others in the agricultural value chain informed.
Our mandate in this program is the use of economic principles and its application in all areas of agri-extension and research. And that aligns with our overall institute mandate, which includes advancing the frontiers of agri-extension, knowledge, capacity building, skills, conduct of agri-performance surveys, and so on and so forth.
The Engineering and Irrigation Program is another program of the NERLS. The focus of this program is to verify engineering technologies and disseminate them to farmers and other stakeholders for adoption.
This program as agricultural engineering and irrigation, the technology that are engineering inclined in the field of agricultural practice are being brought to this program. So we are the one in this program that will look at the technology. Is it okay? Can it be pushed to the farmers? We will test it, certify that it's okay. Then we'll look at the productivity, the capacity, the efficiency, and other parameters of such technology before we now take it down to farmers. So we do quite a lot of work here, not just physical machine, technologies as the case may be in relation to engineering.
The Agricultural Media Program of the National Agricultural Extension Research License Services is charged with the responsibility of disseminating technologies and innovation from the various agricultural research institutes to extension agents, farmers and other stakeholders through agricultural publications, television and radio programs.
That's undergone changes over the years. The status at present is to conduct a research in extension communication, to produce packages in form of radio and especially in extension, materials.
Technologies and innovations are shaping agricultural extension services across the globe, and the National Agricultural Extension Research License Services is in tune with the trends. It has an electronic extension program with the mandate to transfer modern agricultural knowledge to farmers using digital tools.
As the name implies, E means electronic. We are in digital age now. Definitely, farmers need to be reached. And one of the ways we can reach them in a cost-effective manner is to see the type of electronic gadget that farmers have, or all the stakeholders that have. Using that gadget to reach them with our agricultural extension packages.
The National Agricultural Research License Services also has an office responsible for organizing the annual Extension Review meeting and planning, as well as facilitating the training of extension agents, farmers, students, among others.
The internal training is done. This office coordinates all the trainings planned by the programs. We have about 8 programs. So each program will bring the training activities for each program, and that this office will coordinate. Now, in the case of training of extension workers, usually which we do on demand, that is a state or request who write to the director that they want their extension agent to be trained on specific areas. This office coordinates that kind of training.
The National Agricultural Extension and Research License Services is not only located in Zaria, it has zonal offices in Maiduguri, Kano, Badegi, Umudike, Port Harcourt, and Ibadan.
So what we are doing here in the headquarters, the zonal offices are just copying it in their various zones. But one major important activity that they do in their various zones is that they do translate our publications and also carry out radio and television programs in their own native languages in the various zones. Like in Maiduguri, they can prepare radio or TV program in Kanuri, which is most of the farmers, majority of them are Kanuri people there. So that is an advantage. If it is from headquarters, we may not get somebody that can translate what we want to pass to the farmers.
The National Agricultural Extension Research Liaison Services, based on its mandate, has the capacity to transform the Nigeria agricultural extension system by enhancing the capacity of extension agents, farmers, and other stakeholders. And over the years, the Institute has achieved a lot, which we will endeavor to bring you in our next episode of the program. So do join us again, same time, same station next week for that package. I am Gabriel Ejide, and bye for now.